What's up, everyone? Sean Burton, your host that eats the most, your host with the most that does eat the most, host of the Swole Podcast, swolepodcast.com, swoleoclock.com, blah, 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 blah. So, interesting weekend. I'm currently in San Angelo, Texas right now, came back for a week or two, gonna take care of a couple of things, and, yeah, take care of a couple things, do a couple things, film a couple things. You never know. Anyways, awesome time over at College Station with Jesse. Had a lot of great time. My chest is still fucking sore. Thank you, asshole. And I hope you guys enjoyed the little promo video. That's just a teaser. Once my buddy Ryan gets a hold of it, it's gonna go from here all the way up to there. So that's gonna be for another day. Anyways, interesting story on my way up to College Station. I want to share it with you guys because there's a little truth and analogy that I want to bring to you. So, at a person, not gonna say their name, great individual, amazing person, very very versatile. I can't say anything bad about them really. I'm sorry, the camera's jiggly, whatnot. This makeshift tripod is still worth every bit of penny I put in it. Anyways, I tried to get this individual on my show, this whole podcast, when I first launched it back in December. So for months and months and months, I was trying to get this guy on my show. And he agreed to it. He said, yeah, here's my number, let's do it. And for 3 months now, the dude's been ignoring me. Wouldn't answer my responses, wouldn't answer my texts, wouldn't answer my messages, whatever. I put this video out on my way to College Station, blah, 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 blah. I finally get a reply from this guy, and he says, the person who you are at this point in time in your video, to this point in time in your video, I like. The person you are outside of that, I can't stand. And he's like, I can't stand this front that you're putting on. And I said, basically, what makes you think it's a front? And he said, well, I just don't understand how you can go from, this asshole, fuck this, fuck that, fuck off, to some deep insightful, helpful, sincere advice. I don't understand how you have this tough guy image, and then you also write poetry, which I do. I did. I published a poetry book. I used to write poetry very extensively, and I haven't done it in a very long time, so I don't know if the inspiration is just not there, or I just haven't done it lately. And I said, it's just part of my personality. That's my personality. I cuss a lot. I'm very me. I'm kind of off to one side, off to the other. It may be a personality disorder that I may have that I don't really quite know about, but it's me. And he said, yeah, well, basically, that's why I didn't want to be on your show. I would never promote this, and I would never share this with my audience. And I think that it's, I think it's great that you're trying to create something, but if you want my unsolicited opinion, which it was unsolicited because I don't think I ever really asked him, but, for it not being solicited or unsolicited, it didn't really matter. He was honest. And I had nothing bad to say about the guy whatsoever. I think he's an amazing individual. I think he's doing badass things. And I really appreciate the honesty. And he is right. A lot of people will not be honest with you for whatever reason or another. Whether they are afraid of hurting your feelings, they're afraid of it damaging a relationship, they're afraid of the repercussions from it, or whatever. A lot of people are just not going to be very honest with you. And honestly, to me, I think that's shit. I truly believe that's shit. Whether I'm soliciting or if it's solicited or not, if someone's honest opinion can take me from one point to another, I would welcome it with open arms, regardless of how painful it might be to hear. Now, in the past, when I was in my 20s, early 20s, maybe not so much, and probably not so much because I had an ego, and I had to protect it. I couldn't stand having my ego challenged, so I was really quick to cut people off, and just say, fuck it, like, I don't want to deal with you. Obviously now it's a little bit, it's very different. In fact, it's actually very different. But it brings me to a time when I was with my ex, when we were moving around from place to place. We lived in 7 or 8 different places in a year and a half time. 7 or 8 different places in about a year and a half. And we were living in a metropolitan part of Dallas, which I fucking love Dallas so much. And I was a personal trainer. I'm a career personal trainer. I've done it for 7 years. I have an education in it. I have certifications in it. I have experience in it. Whatever. We were living back and forth between Dallas and Houston, and she just flat out told me. She said, "You're never going to get a job as a personal trainer in Dallas. You don't look like you're a personal trainer." And when she said that, it really rubbed me the wrong way. And that was one of the things where I just could not, my ego would not let me accept. But looking back on it, she was right. I didn't look like a personal trainer in Dallas or Houston. I wasn't skinny. I'm not skinny. I'm thick. I've been big my entire life. When I was born, I was 2 feet long and over 15 pounds when I was born. I've always been big. I've always been thick, and that's who I am. And for someone to tell me, you are not going to get where you want to be here, and it's solely based on how you look. It has nothing to do with your experience, your credentials, your education, nothing. And she was right. She was right. Now, keep in mind, there is a big difference between being right and the truth. Now, is it true that I'm a shit personal trainer because I didn't look the role for a Dallas personal trainer? Fuck no, it's not the truth. Fuck no. The majority of clients that I've had, the majority of them will all say that I was this awesome personal trainer because they tell me this. Now, are they telling me this because they're just trying to be nice, or are they telling me this because it's the God's honest truth? Honestly, I want to believe and I want to think that, yeah, they're telling me the truth because, this is the truth. They may want to be nice. Or for whatever. Maybe they have their own reasons for saying this shit. I have no idea. But the truth is that you cannot base truth on an opinion that may or may not turn out to be fact. Now, is everybody going to like what I do? Is everybody going to like my videos? Or is everybody going to like what I have to say or what I feel or what I think? Fuck no. Is everybody going to like my show? Fuck no. Is everybody going to like me as an individual? Fuck no. But the problem is that I just feel like far too many people are trying way too hard to be liked and not nearly hard enough to be themselves. And the problem is that you start having this internal conflict where you're doing shit that you don't even like for the sake of being accepted or being liked by a majority of people, and it really starts to fuck with you. I'm going to include a link in this video. It's a video that I listened to last night driving in this epic storm that happened along the 10 Pass Junction and whatnot. It's about manifesting, reaping and sowing, and planting positive seeds and taking out negative weeds in your mind, and how it helps, and the law of this. I'm gonna put a link in this video description below so you can check it out. But at the end of the day, if you are not doing what you love, and you're not doing it how you want to do it and how you like to do it, in the way that you are, in the fashion that you are, you're never going to be fucking happy. I mean, I know that it's going to sound really confusing, but I am the most simply complex person you will probably ever meet. And I know it sounds dumb, and I know it sounds confusing, but it's the truth. That's just the way I am. I can't do just one thing. I cannot do one thing in a way that the majority of people are going to like. I just fucking can't. Perfect example, when I was in school, when I was in junior high, I picked up my first instrument in elementary school, late elementary school. When I was in junior high, I picked up 2 more instruments. And by the time I was a senior in high school, I had learned how to play 13 different instruments, 11 of them being self-taught. And everyone told me that it was a waste of time. Everyone told me that it was stupid, that it's never going to get me anywhere. I'm taking up too much room or whatever. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And at that time, I was proficient in music, and I gave it up. because I did not have a strength of will to be able to tell all of these people who were telling me this in a very polite way to fuck off. Because I thought, well, if they're telling me this, it must be true. And I gave it up. You know, that and playing guitar and all that, I gave it all up. And now I don't even know if I can even pick up a guitar and do what I used to be able to do anymore. And that's fine, because it's not that important to me anymore. The whole point of it is that you are going to have people who are going to tell you, whoever they are, whether they're a friend, a family member, a spouse, a girlfriend, boyfriend, doesn't matter. There are going to be people in your life that are going to tell you, don't do this, you're fucking up, it's not going to get you anywhere, it's a waste of time, it's this and that. This video can be viewed by one person, and most people will say, well, fuck, that was a waste of time. But to me, if that one person sees this video and then goes, oh, well, fuck yeah, like, this is bullshit, and they actually start slowly changing their life or slowly change their thought process, I would be happy as shit. I would be happy as fuck. And to me, it's not a waste of time. Which then again, if I honestly believed it was a waste of time, I wouldn't even bother recording this, looking at this fucking phone while I'm driving around, and all these people driving next to me are probably, what the fuck is this dude doing? But anyways, I digress. You know what? You gotta do this your way. This is your life. You gotta do it your way. If I can very loosely and probably inaccurately quote Mr. Aleister Crowley, do what thou wilt with thy life. That you have to. What the fuck is the point of living if you're just gonna be just like everybody else? I don't get that. I don't understand that. And God willing, hopefully I never do. I know that again, I know I'm not the most conventional person in the world, and I'm not the form that fits the most. But at the end of the day, I'm me. And if you ask me something and you want an honest answer, I'll give you a fucking honest answer, whether you want to hear it or not, or whether you like to hear it or not. And at the end of the day, if you could do the same for me, then I consider you a real friend. I consider you a brother. So, anyways, that's enough of that. That's enough of that bullshit. It's Monday. Happy fucking Monday. Here's to not being dead. Here's to being alive. Here's to it being leg day. Just pulled into the bar, and it's gonna be a good day. Leggings and all. I'm excited to see what happens. So. If you like the video, you don't even have to. Don't even fucking share it. Don't worry about sharing it. Just comment or even leave a like. Just let me know what you think of this particular situation, because this is actually an open general discussion. It's content for you. It's content for me. And if you ever thought about making a video of whatever reason, of whatever rant or whatever topic, fucking do it. What I mean, I know I never started doing this shit until recently, and I'm getting more and more comfortable doing it. And I probably should have done this shit way long ago when I was really creative. My creativity has shifted tremendously, and it's a little different now, but it's still kind of there. So, I mean, don't even worry about likes, shares, all that other bullshit. If you legitimately have something to say it in the comment section. If you legitimately have something to bring to light, bring it in the comment section. Just do it. There are people who are fighting overseas and dying for your right to freedom of speech, so you might as well use it. Shout out to the military. Love you boys. Love you boys and you girls, especially military women. Anyways, yeah, so that's it. Fuck off.